Good evening, I'm Sam Goldstein.
And I'm Pierce Campion, and this
is Breaking News. In tonight's episode, we're focusing on this year's presidential election.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It is fun, Pierce. Elections are very entertaining, especially this one.
Right. I've heard the people calling the GOP debates a circus. And I love the circus.
Yeah. It is a circus, and it's also a lot like a game. In fact, most of the time, I can't tell the difference between this election and Monopoly, because there's no end in sight, and owning hotels is important for some reason.
And there are points. Points are involved too, right? Like in b-ball. And in Yahtzee, baby!
Yeah, that's right.
Woo!
Yeah. All of the candidates are trying to win points with different minority groups.
Well, not all the candidates, Sam. Droopy Face, Troompa Loompa, and recent dropout Real Boy Rubio seem to have a lot of fun alienating people. Big Barney and the Hills Have Lies, on the other hand, seem pretty desperate for some black friends.
Right, and being desperate for black friends is a dilemma we here at Breaking News understand very well.
Yikes. But the Democratic candidates are relying on black voters to win the party's nomination.
I know that.
To win favor with white voters and black voters, there's been a lot of pandaing.
Do you mean pandering?
No, Sam. Think about what I just said. It's funny. Pandaing.
Yeah, that's a good one, Pierce.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of pandering too, though, and it can make candidates seem disingenuous.
Take the Democratic candidates, for instance. Hillary Roadmap Krampus is being criticized for being a phony. And yet, she's still got an advantage over my man Bernie Fully Sanders when it comes to gathering minority votes, specifically from African Americans.
And look, there are many reasons to be skeptical of Hillary Clinton's legacy, more than I could count on my hands.
And you have many hands.
Of course.
Bernie's voting record shows that he is more than progressive and more than likely to fight for those to face prejudice or a lack of resources. So why does Hillary Clinton continue to be more popular among black voters? What's her appeal?
White Democrats, specifically young white Democrats, overwhelmingly support Bernie Sanders.
His calls for economic revolution, universal health care, and transparent politics mirror the concerns of frustrated white youth struggling for economic stability.
But that platform largely doesn't line up with the wants and needs of African American voters. And it's not for a lack of trying.
No. Burning Man Sandalers talks all the time about race, as do I. Asian, black, Pacific Islander.
Pierce, you gotta stop that. You're just naming races.
Let me finish. Native American, white.
Are you done?
I don't remember. That can't be all of them. Is that it?
I don't know. But Bernie's conversations about race are abstract. He addresses arrest rates and incarceration figures, wealth gaps and unemployment rates.
Oh, Pacific Islander.
Yeah, you already said that one, Pierce.
Oh, okay. 5K, marathon, half marathon.
Yeah, no, those are just a completely different thing.
Rats. Bugs, the color brown.
I think one of those was what we were looking for. Right. And while Schmander speaks in generalities and attacks systemic injustices, Hillary John Hamm Madmen focuses on the pain of individual lives.
That's right. For example, at an intimate campaign event in Bennettsville, South Carolina, the mothers of Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Dondre Hamilton, Jordan Davis, and Eric Gardner all showed up to make the case for Clinton.
They took turns telling how their sons had been killed and then how Clinton had reached out to them.
They told stories about phone calls, personal letters, and private meetings that stretched on for hours. Gwen Carr, the mother of Eric Garner, who was choked to death by a police officer in 2014, said of Hillary, "She has proved to us, one by one, that we do matter in her campaign. We are endorsing her because she endorsed us."
By befriending these women, Clinton connects her policies with powerful individual voices.
But are they as powerful as this voice? Yeah.
Even more powerful, Pierce.
Oh, okay. Yeah, help.
That one was a little better. And remember, this event took place in Bennettsville, which is a small town that's nearly 2/3 African American.
Compare that with Bernie Candles, who had a rally with nearly 5,000 people in Greensville, South Carolina, a city that's less than 20% black.
And only 5% other minority races.
But
100% fun. At his rally, despite the largely white crowd, Slamders spoke at length about racial disparities.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's not wrong for twirly tanders to speak more generally about large injustices. It's just less effective than Klimbop's methods when it comes to winning over African American voters.
Yeah, he needs those points, baby, for the game. Games like Yahtzee.
Yahtzee!
Yeah. We know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, the problem for black voters...
Woo!
It isn't that Sanders doesn't care, it's clear that he does. Solving racial issues is a critical part of his platform.
The problem is unfamiliarity.
A lot of people just don't know who Bernie Sanders is. Hell, I probably wouldn't recognize the guy if he was sitting on my face in very thick jeans.
You wouldn't be able to recognize anybody that way, buddy.
No, I'd know Rubio's butt anywhere.
Okay, the point is, Clinton's been a household name for a long time, and people are more inclined to support someone they've known for decades.
Plus, it helps that she was appointed to Secretary of State by Barack Obama, one of the most beloved African-American political figures in history.
That's cool and fun.
100% fun! But it's also more than that. It shows that Hillary has experience, she's been to the White House, and she knows what it looks like on the inside, so she wouldn't get lost.
Exactly, that's so important. In an election where outsiders are gaining more traction than ever, Hillary's a big name with experience who's actually still viable, and at the very least, she won't get lost in the government buildings.
Well, you can't say that she's not a total outsider. She has one thing that no other major presidential candidate has had: style. And lady parts. Like the big trumpet in Mr. Sandmom, she does still represent something new and different, just in a different way.
That's double different.
Double the fun.
Double the points!
And the regular amount of news.
Here's that news! The Cat Writers Association is currently debating whether the cats in their fictional stories should have the ability to talk. When asked to comment, cats, as always, could not.
Trump's supporters showed their solidarity with a salute not dissimilar to that of Hitler's Nazi Party. "We were just pointing to a bird we saw," said many of the crowd, "a very, very Jewish bird named Barack Ishmarech Obama."
Lucy, a dog in the UK, has been trained to sniff out cancer cells, reportedly up to 95% accuracy. So if having cancer wasn't bad enough, now you smell and this dog knows it.
Media figures are declaring that "get 'em out" has become Donald Trump's new unofficial catchphrase. Meanwhile, Jeb Bush's new unofficial catchphrase has become, "I got a job as an Uber driver, and these punk-ass tweens they won't stop peeing in the back of my Toyota Matrix."
Whole Foods plans to install 100 rooftop solar panels. As a DIY kind of guy, I decided to cut out the middleman, install my own solar panels, and light $73 on fire while sobbing at a farmer's market.
Clarence Thomas asked his first question in the Supreme Court in 10 years recently. The question was, "Where's Scalia?"
At South by Southwest, President Obama claimed, "We cannot fetishize our phones." The comment made by Obama was rude and thoughtless, as he can never understand the beautiful connection that me and my phone Samantha have.
The U.S. Air Force has released a new stealth bomber design and asked a team of airmen to name the new plane. So far, the top 3 entries are poop butt, stealthy sky penis, and gay.
Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted that if ever there were a species for whom sex hurt, it surely went extinct long ago. Scientists called him out on that, stating that animals such as cats and ducks have sex that is likely painful. Also me and my phone, Samantha.
A new study suggests that having multiple tattoos might mean you have a better than average immune system. So to everyone who said that my Panic at the Disco themed sleeve tattoos were a bad idea, look who's laughing now.
A language analyzing company has ranked Donald Trump's vocabulary and phrasing as the most feminine out of all the male candidates. The company also declared that the most masculine sounding of those female candidates was "your mom."
A man in Nashville was arrested recently after he broke into a home claiming he had to save his wife, Taylor Swift. The man was mistaken, obviously, as the house was a cabin in the woods, and Taylor is, of course, out of those.
Paternity tests done on twins in Vietnam reveal that they have two different fathers despite being born by the same woman at the same time, which should have been obvious because one of the twins is a bald eagle named Mordecai.
A study shows that fat penguins fall over more than thin ones. This study was conducted by Bullies International, an organization which believes in making all living things feel shitty, regardless of location or species.
Election season is my favorite season. Everyone gets patriotic, impassioned, and loud. People wear t-shirts, hats, and big buttons to let everyone know who they're supporting.
I don't know, Pierce. Sometimes people wear stuff ironically.
I doubt anyone would ever wear political clothing ironically, Sam.
What about her?
Sam, that's our guest. Please welcome Susan Applebaum from the Lincoln Chaffy campaign.
How's it going, guys? It's great to be here.
Wait, so you're actually a Lincoln Chaffy supporter?
Yeah.
I never thought I'd ever get to meet one.
No.
That's right. Proud president of my local chapter of Elect Lincoln Chaffy in Cranston, Rhode Island. We've got almost 16 members. And with our strong grassroots campaign, we're not going to stop until he's in the big house.
You know that he dropped out of the race, right? Like a long time ago. It's like October.
Oh, that's just a minor setback.
How's that minor? He's not going to be president.
Well, I don't know about that. I think Chaffy's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Really? Do you have any insider information about Chaffy re-entering the race?
Well, let's just say, I've been looking through his trash every night, so yeah, I've got some insider info.
Why are you going through his trash? Like, what could you possibly learn from doing
Well, there's
that?
lots of probiotic yogurt. Every future president needs a healthy colon.
Okay, wait, just hold on. I have 8 questions.
See, the thing about Lincoln is, he's a wild card. You never know what he's gonna do.
How is he a wild card?
This man's been an independent, a Republican, a Democrat. The guy's a political chameleon.
You say that like it's a positive thing.
It is! Lincoln does what the people want. He doesn't have an agenda or a solid stance on the issues. None of us do.
I mean, I'd like to think that I do, but
He has something better. Look, he supported George W. Bush in 2000.
and
Bush won that year. Chaffy knows who wins.
You know, Bush lost the popular vote that year.
He supported Obama in 2008.
wait, he supported Bush and Obama?
He's a winner. He knows who wins. He's Rhode Island's royalty, baby. The man's a god. A hunky god, if you ask me.
He's not a winner. When has he ever won anything?
Rhode Island's gubernatorial election, 2010.
The gubernatorial?
Yeah, he was the goobiest. He won as an independent, too, going rogue on the system.
Okay, fine, we'll give him that. But what about the time he admitted he didn't know what he was voting for when he repealed the Glass-Steagall Act?
Pierce, I think you're being a little harsh. You know, his dad had just died. It was his first vote as a man with a dead dad. Plus, he had just been elected to the Senate, and he hadn't eaten his probiotic yogurt, so he had the grumblies.
Stomach grumblies don't prevent someone from actually knowing what they're voting for, though.
If Lincoln doesn't get his probiotic yogurt, it's just a log in the river. Whitewater rafting, no life vest.
All right,
just...
yeah, no, yeah. We got the poop stuff. It was still an extremely important vote, though. The repeal of the act made banks even bigger, and it was one of the biggest factors causing the most recent recession.
You know what, Mr. Man? Sometimes you just don't know what or who you're voting for. Sometimes you gotta speak from your gut. And my gut screams Lincoln Chaffy! And I've been eating Lincoln's garbage yogurt, so my gut is gorgeous.
Well, I'm glad you're making an informed decision.
He's coming up. He's the ultimate underdog. From the smallest state in America to the biggest house in America. Feel the chafe, baby!
The White House is not the biggest house in America.
Did you just say feel the chafe? What does that mean?
Campaign slogan, feel the chafe right in America's buns.
Susan Applebaum, everybody.
Feel those chafy buns!
Okay. Hey, Pierce. I have like a personal question.
What's up?
Why isn't your name pronounced like Pierre?
I beg your pardon?
Well, I assume your father's name Pierre, right? 2 R's, and he didn't want to name you Pierre Jr., so he just settled for changing 1 letter, and you've been pronouncing it like it's an unrelated verb this whole time. And so have I. Oh, man.
Okay, first of all, my father's name and my mother's name is Terry. Second, I have been begging you to call me Pierce for several years and you never listen.
You're right. You're right, I'm sorry. How about we just cut to commercial then?
What was that?
How about we cut to commercial then, Pierce?
Beautiful. We'll be right back.
Hello, viewers, and welcome to Speechless. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rosenberg, and we're going to debate the issues that matter, from politics to pop culture. Ready, set, Speechless. Okay, guys, not all at once. Watch Speechless Monday nights on the Emerson Channel.
So, Pierce, who are you going to vote for in the general election?
It's kind of a private question, Sam.
I mean, it's just us here.
That's true. All right, I guess there's nothing wrong with telling you. I'm going to vote for Jill Stein.
Who?
Jill Stein. She's the Green Party candidate.
Oh, what? Okay, so now colors get their own political party? Who's running for the blue party? My balls?
No, Sam. The Green Party's a real thing. It's the 4th largest party in the country.
I think I would have heard of them if they were that big of a deal, Pierce.
It's not really surprising that you haven't. America's primarily a 2-party system. It's nearly impossible for a 3rd-party candidate to win.
Huh. So how come no one ever talks about these other parties?
It's a great question, Sam. We now go to Miranda Fain in the election corner for more.
Thanks, Sam and Pierce. America actually hasn't always been so partisan. It wasn't until the 1790s that a system like the one we have today started to come about. And over the decades, our parties have evolved. There have been Federalists, Democratic Republicans, Whigs, and Bull Moose. That's right. For like 10 years, half of all politicians belonged to the Bull Moose Party. And everyone was like, yeah, that sounds about right. And now we're left with Republicans and Democrats, or, as I like to call them, the fiddly dinks and the fiddly donks. And despite a whopping 58% of Americans saying that we need a 3rd party, the dinks and the donks have been responsible for every president since Millard Fillmore. And he did cool-ish things. You know, when the French wanted to take Hawaii, he wrote a strongly worded letter. So, the concern with a 3rd-party candidate is, of course, that they wouldn't be able to break through to win the general election. But the reason for that is because 48 out of the 50 states operate on a winner-take-all basis in the general election. That means candidates that don't win the majority of the votes in a state get 0 of that state's delegates, making it nearly impossible for a candidate like Jill Stein to gain momentum. But this primary season, 2 candidates who have run with 3rd parties in the past have a shot at winning big. Bernie Sanders has been an independent for over 20 years in Congress, while Trump has been somehow a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, and a member of the Reform Party. They're both kind of gaming the system by running for the 2 main parties' nominations, but they're doing well. Sanders has put up a stronger than expected fight against Clinton, and Trump is the Republican frontrunner. Trump's success is a little less surprising than Sanders, though, because instead of running against a powerful political machine like Clinton, he's only had to face a melting wizard, an ugly fish from the deep, and the Zodiac killer. Let me be clear, all three of those are referring to Ted Cruz. Point is, America shouldn't be limited to 2 political parties. Why stick to just vanilla and chocolate when there are flavors like honey jalapeno pickle? We should try to lick them all. George Washington, in his farewell address to the nation, warned against this kind of partisan gridlock that would come along with picking political parties. A dude who wore wooden teeth told us this was a bad idea 220 years ago. What? Joke's on you, George. You're not our dad. You can't tell us what to do. Bernie and Trump's popularity shows we want more options. And it's not like we haven't tried. Look at noted underachiever Ralph Nader. Dude tried 5 times to run for president as an independent, and the best he could do was 2.7 of the vote at his peak. It just shows that those who want to win have to choose teams to play the game.
Games like Yahtzee.
No.
Okay.
In total, the American people deserve the ability to make a choice that is as nuanced as their opinion. Back to you, Sam and Pierce.
Hey, Pierce. Guess which hand?
This one.
No.
This one.
No.
We should really get back to talking politics and election stuff soon.
Yeah, okay. But guess which hand first? What's going on?
I know it's aliens. I can't be abducted. I'm afraid of the sky.
Help!
Sam, I love you.
What?
Effing Rodham, effing Clinton!
No, it's not aliens, Pierce. It's just Hillary Clinton.
Hell yeah! How's everyone doing tonight? It's Friday. That's awesome. I love Fridays and I always have. Oh, everyone loves Fridays these days.
Doing here?
I don't know. I think she's campaigning.
Hey boys, how does it feel to be next to the most powerful woman in the whole godfuck free world?
It feels good, miss.
You know, my opponent, Senator Sanders, accuses me of being establishment or whatever, but as I just said, I'm a woman. What's that all about? The establishment doesn't F with any of what's going on here. Show this tape to Sanders. Does this look establishment to you?
What are you? Hey.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, no.
I think you're not allowed to do that
No
in here.
smoking on the desk.
Want some Gatorade? It's awesome. I love Gatorade, and I always have. Everyone loves Gatorade these days.
No, thank you, miss.
I guess I'm thirsty. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I guess I would. I'd like a Gatorade. Yeah, Gatorade would be good. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Suck off, it's mine.
No.
Whoa!
That's all you're getting.
Oh!
Tell the establishment to S my D or L my C or T my A or whatever. They don't kiss like that on Wall Street.
All right, Secretary Clinton. Clinton, stop. Just turn off the music. Can we turn it off? Where's it coming from?
My campaign manager rigged the studio. Shout out to Dennis. I love music, and I always have. Everyone loves music these days.
That's great. Yeah, just turn it off for a second so we can talk.
Fine. But everyone should know that I love music, and I
Yeah,
always,
you always have? Yeah,
Right.
right. What are you doing here? You just kind of burst in, made a ruckus, littered, and look what you did to Pierce. He's dead.
I'm campaigning. I'm not establishment, and I'm proving it. I'm being likable but forceful, and I'm talking about the things that I support and the things I like, which is all of the things that most people support and like these days, which are the things I have always liked and supported.
I guess, but like this is our studio. You have to be invited here. You can't just barge in
Hey,
without
just
anyone.
let me cut in here, actually, because you bring up a good point, which is that I support gays and immigrants and poors and health and all of their rights to get married and our rights to say yes and no, and women, which I am, and money, which we all should have some, and I don't even have that much. I have always said those things.
What?
I'm just like you! Oh, sick moves, Hillary! The establishment doesn't even know what this thingy is called. I like music and Gatorade and kissing and immigrants and wheelboard tricks, and I always have! Everyone loves those things these days! Bernie who? He doesn't have moves like this. I have moves, and I always have. I don't know where Senator Sanders was when I was learning all these sick moves.
What's going on?
I like you. Unless you guys don't like him, in which case I don't like him and I never have.
All right, they like him, we like him.
Great, then I like him and I always have. Everybody loves this guy these days, but he's mine for now.
Thank you. No, please don't, no!
Just a little kiss.
No!
A little kiss for mommy.
Oh,
Just a little kiss.
no! Oh, God. Please, more.
Oh no! No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, stop! Stop! Oh no, everything has to stop!
Don't ever leave.
Okay,
ever leave.
just Secretary Clinton, it's really obvious what you're trying to do here. I don't think. All right, I don't think that you've always supported gay marriage or immigration rights or Gatorade and kissing. We also all know that you do have strong ties to the establishment, and being a woman doesn't negate that. It just makes it harder. You're still in it. You get paid for an hour's work what a middle-class worker earns in 5 years. You make yourself untrustworthy about lying about all of this. You're a very qualified candidate, but this is just icky.
Also, you weren't invited, you know? We didn't ask you to come here.
I just want people to like me and vote for me to become president.
Well, you shouldn't do that by just saying whatever you think that we want to hear.
Yeah, so just tell me what I want to kiss. I mean, here, and is it here or kiss or even?
But if I'm not president, I don't know what I'll do emotionally.
That doesn't seem like it's our issue at all. Now go back to where you came from, because we got a show to do.
Well, I could help you with the show. I like shows, and I always have.
Hillary, go away. Respectfully.
See that, Bernie?
Go away! Go away!
Yeah,
Go!
that's-
Get out of here! Go!
Hillary Clinton, everybody! You okay, buddy? That was pretty crazy. Also, I can't believe we just told Hillary Clinton to go away.
It's the hardest breakup I've ever gone through.
Well, as we all know, the Republican race for presidency has been a ridiculous, crowded clown car ride to second place.
Yeah, some of those clowns have even joined forces, talking about, you know, trading tips on balloon animal craftsmanship, funny faces, and the most effective way to use Islamophobia to scare people into voting for you.
And the pair of clowns getting the most buzz are Donald Trump and Chris Christie. Christie recently endorsed Trump after dropping out of the presidential race, which was pretty surprising considering how many times Christie badmouthed Trump at debates. It's the political equivalent to when your least favorite neighbor gets a pool. You don't like him, but you'll be damned if you don't love splishin' and a splashin'.
And in this case, the pool is the White House, and Christie has been tirelessly perfecting his cannonball. But don't take our word for it. Let's hear from the clowns themselves.
There is no candidate better suited to provide America with the strong leadership that it needs right now, both at home and around the world. He is honest, bold, and will do what is necessary to make America great again. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to endorse Donald J. Trump for President of the United States. So if Donald Trump is elected, all Muslim Americans will be surveyed at all times, I guess, and we'll close parts of the internet, and we'll build a huge wall, the biggest wall, but it'll be free because Mexico. Oh, and by the way, he's got the biggest slong. It's crazy. And his hands, this guy's hands, they're as big as the colorful parachute that you used to play with in elementary school. Once again, Donald Trump.
Big Boy Records. Now, who's hot, who's not? Tell me who rock, who leads all the polls. You tell me Jeb Flop, who got the top spot? Who's campaign hot, who's paid off without any comp? The same old pimp, Trump. You probably see my name on a blimp. My face is just a few shades from a chimp. Just got $1 million from my dad, call it level up. You don't believe in Trump now, better double up. We don't play around, build a wall, lay it down. People watch The Apprentice, but they really know me now. I'm the bigot Oompa Loompa with the Reagan sound. Can't no PhD, brother, hold me down. Crush it, play the media game like Call of Duty. Stay racist, stay cool, I was born snooty. Why would I ever spend dough on the booty when I can just my daughter, who's a cutie? No, really, my daughter Ivanka is a very nice figure. If Ivanka weren't my daughter, you know, perhaps I'd be dating her. I've never lied. I guarantee that. I guarantee it.
Senator 305 checking in from the Republican presidential race, and with me is the Zodiac killer himself, Ted Cruz.
Do not believe the lies the liberal media tries to shove down your throat. I did not eat a booger on live TV.
Ready, Ted? 1, 2, 3, 4. Uno, dos, tres. 4. I know you don't want me. You know I want ya. I know you don't want me. You know I want ya. Baila mis amigos, grab a record from the shelf. I'm a GOP Hispanic. I hate myself.
I'm also speak Spanish very mucho well. I'm also Hispanic and I hate myself.
That's enough. I think we've all had enough. I think the country has had enough. I don't know.
Barack Obama knows exactly what he's doing.
That's enough, Luma. That's enough. I'd rather see me die than to see me rise. I take all the shots, talk all the talk all my talk, get all the blogs. Everybody asks when will the joke stop. I love Mexicans when they're working on my yacht. I'm KKK endorsed and I still be on top. I told Megyn Kelly that we won't stop. Now what you gonna do with the dude who got money much longer than yours and support much stronger than yours? Elect me, this'll be doomsday. Like the Muslims away, that's around that's jet and be on your way. Cause there ain't airtime here, ain't that flying here for Cruz to shine here. Deal with many women, but my daughter, I swear, got my cock bigger than my tower by Times Square. Yeah, she's a fantastic figure.
B-I-G-C-H-R-I-S-T. No info for the bridge committee. Federal agents mad cause it's blatant. Close the bridge and no legal action taken. I blame my team. Stay clean, rip scenes, political schemes. I'll be that, the guy you see at all events with camel toes and trousers, abusing powers. Candidates, I told you, mere mice to me. Bruise too much, they lose too much. Rally for a cruise, the crowd boos too much. I guess it's cause you run with Boo too much. Me lose my touch, never that. Rubio wants some more, Trump just fucking ass what the boy said. Throw your blazers in the sky, rep the white pride and keep your hands high while I give the kick the eye. Marco B, fearing me, people see. Big Christie endorsing a man who bankrupts his fortune. Man, I don't know. You hug Obama once, then you gotta go. I buy fried dough in my blue Mets hat. Podium wide cause I'm fizz at. Traffic jams when I get miz at. Put the pizza in up his ass.
Governor Christie, care to comment on the fact that a 91-year-old woman died when her ambulance was delayed by the bridge closing?
Chris, let me handle this one. Okay, first of all, it doesn't matter if he's a murderer or not. I'm not saying he is, I'm not saying he isn't, but it doesn't matter because in America, winners do whatever they want, and Chris is a winner.
You are not at all concerned that Governor Christie directly caused a 91-year-old woman's death.
Okay, let me say this. I will say this. Are we all familiar with the television program House of Cards?
Yeah.
It's a fantastic show. People love it.
I love it,
Spacey, Kevin Spacey murders people all the time in that show, and the American people love him for it. And the American people love Chris for what he did, and he shouldn't apologize. No one should apologize. And also, let's not pretend like being 91 years old is like this big fun party all the time type deal, because it's not. And if elected, I'm going to euthanize everyone at age 82. Age 82 will be the cutoff. Yep, 82 will be the cutoff, because they're just leeches of society, old men and old women. But I will say this, that old women are significantly bigger leeches to society, and we're going to get rid of this pesky leech problem if elected, which I will be. No further comments. Can't stop, won't stop.
Well, it's not an election episode unless we talk about voter turnout. What do you say?
I say every vote counts. I still blame myself for Sanjaya getting voted off of American Idol.
Hey, man, there was nothing you could do. You had no phone service. It's on AT&T.
I know.
In every election, even on American Idol, we're forced to have a conversation about voter eligibility.
We believe that, come a certain age, everybody should have the right to vote. But not everyone agrees with that. On this edition of Devil's Advocate, we have Rachel Gleason, middle schooler, here to argue her point.
Hi, guys.
Hi. So, Rachel, do you think that voting should be a basic human right?
Of course, and unfortunately, we still haven't reached that point with the obstacles that are often placed in front of people. I founded a club at school that helps make voting easier in my area.
Wow, that's amazing. When I was your age, I would just steal Yu-Gi-Oh cards from dweebs on the bus.
Sam, I feel bad. Why is she our devil's advocate? We even put devil horns on her. That's terrible.
We really need this, Pierce. Rachel, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your stance on voting laws?
Well, personally, I believe that everyone should have the right to vote.
Yeah, you said that.
No, I mean everybody, regardless of age.
Oh.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. Don't you think that voters should have some experience or education before taking on the pretty serious responsibility of choosing their representatives?
You aren't giving young people enough credit, Sam. My classmates elected me class president because of my legislative history on the student council and my progressive stance on foreign policy.
It's kind of overkill for a middle school. What do you have power over? Your tacky theme to the end of the year dance?
Ha ha. I don't know how long you've been out of school, Pierre, but things are different now. You may have spent your middle school years masturbating with silly bands, but I'm spending mine shaping my generation's future. You should see all the political stuff middle schoolers post on Facebook. We're more politically active than any other demographic I know of.
You don't know any demographics. Your whole world is a middle school because you're a middle schooler.
Yeah. All right, I think we're getting a little bit off topic here, Pierce. She's young. Go easy on her.
She's the one that's being mean.
Okay. Rachel, I like where your head's at. Why don't you tell me some other aspects of the election process that need reform?
Okay, it's too hard to vote. Having designated polling places stops people who don't have their own means of transportation from voting. None of my friends can drive, so we wouldn't be able to vote unless our parents could drive us. And they're always busy being adults or whatever.
Okay, what do you propose we do, Madam President?
An online voting system. Anyone with internet and their parents' permission can go online and vote for who they want.
Okay, there are some problems with that, though. It's a lot easier to game the system that way. The site could crash or have other bugs that stop people from voting. And also, many people just don't have the economic resources to access the internet.
Yeah, what about all that stuff, Rachel? Have any other smart ideas about the voting process that no one else has ever thought of before?
Well, I think to gain more voter interest in the election, there should be a big ceremony on TV to show the results. And the winner can get a trophy or something, and the loser can get slimed.
Wait a minute. Have you been talking about the Kids' Choice Awards this whole time?
The Kids' Choice Awards are the perfect example of democracy. An entire population united by a love of slime, blimps, and the belief that Girl Meets World deserves the award for Best TV Show.
Okay, all right. Don't you think that the national election should be handled a little bit differently from a cable network award show?
Well, they get more viewers than this show, so we're better off following their example than listening to you.
Okay, all right.
Hey, snot train. Let me tell you what I really think about you and your parents.
Yeah, Rachel Gleason, everybody.
Bye.
So, Pierce.
Why do you always do that? My name is Pierce, just Pierce, without the air quotes. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm looking for the zipper.
What zipper?
The zipper to your flesh suit.
Flesh suit?
Yeah, Pierce. Your flesh suit.
What the hell are you talking about?
Who are you really, Pierce? Just tell the truth, okay? Tell the truth.
Sam, look at me. Look at me, you know it's me.
I don't know who to trust anymore.
How can I prove it to you, baby?
What's the thing we always do before night time?
Listen to ABBA Gold start to finish and marvel at the fact that they're Swedish, but singing in perfect American English.
That one was way too easy. How about this?
We'd have to go all the way to Guam for that, Sam. Fine, I'll do it.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
From Guam!
Lauren, what are you doing?
I'm getting ready to host Good Morning Emerson, of course.
Good Morning Emerson? What's that?
It's the best morning show ever that's on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m.
Wow, how can I work on this?
Yeah, let's get going. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather.
Wow, wowie wow, wowie wow, wowzer. What a wild ride. Or should I say, what a wild ride.
Well, it looks like we're all finished with the news today. It's time for me to go.
Where are you going, pal? Wait, we're supposed to do one last little goof.
That's the thing of it, sport. We just aren't funny.
What do you mean we aren't funny? We're plenty funny. Or should I say, Fanny plenty?
Oh, Sam. The old me would be in stitches right now, but the new me got all the stitches out. Or should I say, got all his itches stout.
Wow. Yeah, okay, maybe we aren't funny.
It's not our fault. We can make the news funny, but once we're done with the news, we just aren't cut out for this.
Or should you say?
Shh, no, nobody should.
Wait, where will you go?
Just over here. I'll be right here to support you, Sam.
But Pierce, you said we can't be funny without the news. And with no news and no co-host, I just can't be funny on my own, can I? Can I?
Make him laugh.
Can I? All right. I guess I will. Hey, everybody! It's a me, Toucan Sam.
Hi, Toucan Sam!
Tuga, 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 toucan!
Sam!
Tuga, 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 toucan!
Ooga booga bee!
Get back up here, buddy!
Ah, shucks!
Come on! I couldn't do this without you, Pierce.
I missed you, sport.
Yeah, all right. What do you say? You want to keep going on this wild ride with me?
We're comedy kings!
Or should you say, Comedy Kings! Tuka, toucan!
Sam!
Tuka, toucan!
Ooga booga bee!
Thank you and good night.